Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, this is now the second part of what is now turning into a two-part a video that I am doing. Abba Kyari's daughter Aisha defending her father and trying to rebrand him and represent him and whitewash his image within the Nigerian space. Guys, I bring you this. Abba Kyari never drove a car. Daughter Aisha confesses. So this is the headliner that we're contending with. As I said, this girl is now trying to humanize father posthumously. Again, the headline: Abba Kyari never drove a car. Daughter Aisha confesses. So now let's now see now what Abba Kyari's daughter has to say about her dad. Aisha, one of the daughters of the late Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, said her father never drove a car till he passed away. She said this in a tribute titled "My Daddy, My Best Friend," published recently in a newspaper. The late Chief of Staff's daughter described her father as an outstanding personality with a wealth of experience. Aisha pointed out that despite her father's exposure, he could not drive a car until his death. This may sound odd, but my beloved daddy couldn't drive a car, and that ends with an exclamation mark. He never learned how to drive for a day in his entire life, she said. Kyari's death was announced by Femi Adesina, special advisor to the president on media and publicity. So now this is now Abba Kyari's daughter trying to rebrand her father, but then of course it is too recent, the experience of that guy, and it's too late to now rebrand him, and it's too early as well to try and rebrand him, because the Abacha family have been trying to rebrand their name since God knows how long. It's well over 20 years now that Abacha moved on, but that family name is still mud within the Nigerian space. Babangida is even longer, over 30 years I think, that this guy was last the president of Nigeria, but his name is still mud within the Nigerian space. And all of the things now that Abba Kyari's tenure as the chief of staff, and to some people the de facto president of Nigeria, all the things that he did and he had done in his tenure is too recent in the mind of Nigerians for anybody to accept any form of rebranding of this guy. And what interest is it to anyone that this guy did not learn how to drive? In fact, it even adds to the notion that we have about the guy. So here you have a man, now they're telling us that he was in his 60s. Nobody really believes that, but they're telling us he's in his 60s. This is a man of privilege that comes from money and has money, and he has never bothered to learn how to drive. So obviously he's being conveyed from one destination to another. So if he's having to convey from one destination to another and he has not learned how to drive, then surely then somebody must be driving him, unless of course he's taking public transport, and I cannot imagine this guy in a downfall somehow. So effectively what this girl is saying is that throughout all of his life, this guy has always had a driver car at his disposal to go and visit his babes and go and do his drinking and his boozing and whatever it is that he does. So that is the level of privilege now that this girl is describing for her father. So if he has lived this life of privilege all the way through, then what underpins it? Where is the source of that money that facilitates that lifestyle to enable a 60-something-year-old man who is educated within the Nigerian space not to be able to drive? Well, the source of that money, of course, is not too far away. It's at the central bank. These people have an open check to the central bank, unlimited funds. They can just dip in and take as they will, which they have done all the way through. And it's effectively what this girl is unwittingly telling us now, that they've been accessing the Nigerian funds for pretty much as long as she has been alive, and for as long as she knows. So now this is now my reading of it. What is yours? Come share thoughts about all this with me in the comment section. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me now what you're making of this Aisha trying to rebrand her father and whitewash his image in the public space in the comment section. Are you buying it, yes or no? Come share thoughts. So I leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace.